In this video, I'm going to teach you 3 key principles that will help you skyrocket your profit in Amazon FBA Wholesale. Let's jump right into it. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Brad Sherman, 7-figure seller, and on this channel we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and scale up your Amazon FBA business. In this video, I'm covering my top 3 principles for profit in Amazon FBA Wholesale, and we're specifically focusing on product research and sourcing. So everybody always asks, how do I find profitable wholesale suppliers? And if you guys haven't seen my sourcing wholesale suppliers video, I've linked it up above to check out, because in that video, we do a deep dive and a screen share of exactly how we source products. We also go live every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, where we cover product research for wholesale sourcing and outreach to brands. So make sure to tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time to learn how to find profitable wholesale suppliers. In this video, we are going to be covering the top 3 principles of what you need to implement into your product research and into your Amazon FBA wholesale sourcing process in order to scale your business. Before we jump into it, if you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the videos in the algorithm, and consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell as well to stay up to date on all future content. And if you guys aren't following us on all other social media channels, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok under Operation AMZ, make sure to give us a follow. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the number one thing that we have to realize in Amazon Wholesale is that we are sourcing name brand products. That does not mean we're sourcing products from Alibaba and China and trying to get a manufacturing product and build marketing behind a brand. That's a business model called private label, and that is not what we're doing here. We are sourcing name brand products that already exist on Amazon. So we're literally looking at sales data, reading a chart, and making a strategic purchase decision and a decision to work with a particular brand or distributor in order to get our hands on profitable inventory. So the number one thing you want to focus on in your product research for Amazon Wholesale is focus on small to medium sized companies. And what this means is whether you are targeting brands directly or distributors, you still want to keep the scope of the brand or distributor small to medium sized. What does small to medium size mean? So in principle, small to medium size in our definition when contacting brands or distributors comes down to big revenue, small operations, meaning that the company is doing a sizable amount of revenue, but at the same time, they have a small and intimate working environment at their company so that we can actually get a strategic decision maker on the phone, or perhaps the brand owner or owner of the distribution company. And by being able to get in touch with either the owner or an executive decision maker at the company, now we could start to make headway with that brand and convince that person to give us a wholesale account with them. In my opinion, this is a way better approach than targeting massive distribution companies that carry a bunch of Procter & Gamble lines. And it's not to say you can't make money doing that, but the long-term sustainable path in wholesale is brand direct wholesale, specifically smaller to medium-sized brands. And if you can work your way into a selective agreement, meaning maybe you are one of a few sellers on the listing, or even an exclusive agreement where you are the only seller on the listing, that is long-term sustainability and growth for your business. So when we talk about small to medium size, we usually look for a monthly unit count qualifier. So what I mean by this is that if you take a look at a particular listing and after doing an analysis, you determine that that particular listing is moving less than 1,000 units per month, we would consider that a small brand. 1,000 to 5,000 units a month, I would consider a medium-sized brand, and I would still consider a medium-sized brand anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 units a month. It's just an upper tier from the other medium size. And I would consider anything moving over 10,000 units a month to be a large brand. Large in the sense that if you reach out to that brand or distributor, it's going to be probably pretty hard to get an executive decision maker on the phone or an owner. So we're able to make more headway with these smaller to medium-sized brands. And that doesn't mean they're moving small volume. If you take a product listing that's moving, say, 500 units a month, well, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what's the average selling price of those units? Let's say the average selling price of those units is maybe $100. Well, you're making a pretty good chunk of money if you're selling 500 units a month at an average sell price of $100. So I never dismiss brands that are selling under 1,000 units a month. In fact, those are the brands that we target along with the medium tier as well. Generally, anything over 10,000 we're probably steering away from unless we have some type of lead read signaling to us that it makes sense to pursue that brand. The second key principle that you have to implement in your Amazon wholesale sourcing process is secure your supply chain. And this by far is the most important thing. If you are working with distributors, you must ensure that they are purchasing directly from the brand. So there are a couple ways that we validate a distributor. Number one is we go directly to the brand and we ask the brand to provide us with a list of authorized distributors. If that distributor that you're looking to work with is not on that list by the brand, we are not going to work with them. So that is a surefire way to ensure the safety and legitimacy of your supply chain. Because as you all know, Amazon is very strict. They issue restricted product policy violations. You could receive intellectual property complaints, and with these different complaints, it could vastly impact your account health. So you want to make sure that you are able to prove authentic product to Amazon if anything were to arise down the road. The best way to do this from the start is by purchasing directly from the brand. But a second alternative, if you can't get an account directly with the brand, would be to get an account with an authorized distributor. And that word authorized is the most important thing. Do not just get an account with any distributor. There are thousands and thousands of distributors and wholesale suppliers out there that are selling counterfeit products or just products that they're not buying directly from the brand, and they can't provide you with an invoice leading back to the brand. So that could be a potential risk for an inauthentic product that you are selling on Amazon, which will put your account health at risk. If you are unable to get a list from the brand directly of authorized distributors, and guys, I highly encourage you to do this, but if for whatever reason you are not, you make sure to ask that distributor is one, can they provide you an invoice for all of the goods that you purchase from them? And if there is any sort of hesitancy or pay barrier to providing you with an invoice that you purchase product from that distributor, walk away. You need to have a legitimate invoice from that distributor in order to show it to Amazon. The second thing you want to ask the distributor for is, can they provide you redacted documentation from an agreement that they have with the brand, proving that they do in fact purchase from the brand. If they can't provide you with these two pieces of information, or they are hesitant about providing it to you, or put up some type of pay barrier in order to provide these two pieces of information, again, walk away. It's not worth it. There are thousands of brands out there and thousands of distributors that you could potentially work with who will provide you with this information. The third key principle that we live by in Amazon FBA wholesale sourcing is use Keepa. You have to be reading historical data. The price today is not the price that it was yesterday, which is not the price that it was 3 months ago. Keepa is our number one tool, and if you guys haven't seen my video on exactly how to read a Keepa chart, going into detail on all of the information on Keepa, I've linked it up above for you guys to check out. There are 3 key metrics that we look at when analyzing a Keepa chart. Number 1 is historical price. Number 2 is historical sales volume, and number 3 is historical competition. And I emphasize the word historical. The reason for this is because we can't look at a listing at a given point in time and know the entire history of that listing. We need to be looking at it over the course of time. So we're able to analyze the price, and we're primarily looking for price consistency. We don't want to start selling on a listing that has a very erratic price over a period of time, because we could potentially lose money on our investment. At the same time, we also want to analyze the sales volume to determine, is there seasonality to the product? How many units can we move per month? And then we also want to look at the bottom chart on Keepa, which is going to show us the competition, the number of sellers that we are competing with on this listing, so that we can determine what our buy box percentage is going to be. Keepa has been our number one tool that has scaled our business to multi 7 figures in sales. If you guys are not a 10 out of 10 master Keepa chart reader, I would highly recommend diving deep into Keepa videos. I have them on my channel. There's many tutorials out there on YouTube that tell you exactly how to read a Keepa chart. And the most important thing is do it yourself. Analyze Keepa, look at the different tabs, assess the different key metrics on Keepa, and it's going to make you a better business owner and a more strategic decision maker down the road. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that helped you understand the 3 key principles that we use in order to scale our Amazon FBA wholesale business, specifically for product sourcing. Again, we are not targeting Alibaba products. We're not putting our own label on product products, we are specifically finding name brand product that we can source from either the brand directly or an authorized distributor in order to get our hands on profitable inventory and secure a wholesale account where we can place repeat orders month after month and build our company over time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the videos in the algorithm. Consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell as well to stay up to date on all future content. And if you guys haven't checked out the other videos on the channel where we do deep dives into how to read a Keepa chart, how to contact brands, and how to find profitable wholesale suppliers, make sure to scroll through the channel and check those videos out. If you guys aren't following us on other social media channels under Operation AMZ, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, make sure to give us a follow on those platforms. On Twitter, we're tweeting all day long about Amazon FBA content that could really help scale your business. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, where we do live wholesale supplier sourcing and teach you how to scale your business. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.